Everyone talks about what success looks like, but no one really talks about what a successful week actually feels like. Because most successful weeks don't look calm and they don't look perfectly balanced. They don't look easy, they look fast, sometimes messy, a little scattered, but still intentional. And I think that's the part no one really talks about. So here's what a successful week actually looks like for me. It usually starts Monday morning. I don't wake up and immediately check my phone. That is something that I've become very intentional about. I wake up early, I make my coffee because that's a must. I try to have a little quiet time, prayer, silence, just slowing down before the day and the week starts. Then my boys are up and it's getting ready for school, talking about the day. And those small conversations, they matter more than we realize. And once they're off to school, the pace changes fast. On our real estate side, our team huddle starts at 9, and from there we're off and running. And Mondays in real estate they're always chaos. Contracts that were signed over the weekend, deals that are about to close, things that shifted, things that broke, last minute fires, and there is always something. And Mondays usually feel fast paced and a little scattered, but that's part of it because success doesn't always look calm. Sometimes it looks like movement. Then midweek hits, and this is usually where the pressure shows up: client decisions, my coaching calls, keeping our team motivated, making sure deals are still on track. And in the middle of all that, there's the constant pressure of this content because consistency matters, but creating meaningful content takes time and focus. And it's not always easy when everything else is moving at the same time. Family life doesn't slow down. Football practice, piano lessons, church groups, homework, overlapping schedules, and somewhere in there, we're always trying to protect our date night because that matters. And this is where the tension shows up: client expectations, time balance, leadership decisions, trying to be fully present in all of it. And that's not always easy. And this is usually the point in the week where I catch myself thinking, this doesn't look like success. It looks busy. It looks messy. It looks a little chaotic. But then I realize something. This is exactly what success actually looks like. Not perfect balance, but intentional choices. Because the real test of a successful week, it isn't what happens when everything is calm. It's what happens when everything isn't calm. And that's usually when the most important moments show up. Dinner, that's a must in our house as a family. It doesn't always happen at the perfect time. Sometimes it's a lot later than we want, and sometimes we're rushing, but we try to sit down together. And I put my phone away. That's sacred because those moments matter. But if I'm being honest, there are still nights when something is happening in a deal and you feel the pressure. Maybe it's tension with another agent or an inspection request that came in or something unexpected shifts, and it's hard to fully turn it off. That is something I still work on because I want to be present. I want my two boys to feel that. But at the same time, they're watching. They're watching how I handle pressure, watching hard work, watching what balance actually looks like. And sometimes that means letting them see the real version of it. I'm not perfect. I'm intentional though. Some of my favorite moments are small. It's hearing my boys talk about their day, the random stories, the things that made them laugh. It's sitting by the fire with my wife, hearing her heart. It's those conversations, and they don't look like success from the outside, but they are. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm actually building all of this for. And then there's the unexpected stuff, the deals that shift, the inspection requests that don't make sense, agents that call you late at night, things that try to pull you back into work, and the constant need to keep creating because if you stop, everything slows. And sometimes life shows up too. Family stuff, things you didn't plan for, moments that remind you work isn't everything. And you're trying to navigate all of it at the same time. That's real life. That's a real week. So what does a successful week actually look like? It's not one where nothing goes wrong. Those don't exist. It's not one where everything is perfect and balanced, because that's not real either. For me, a successful week would be one where the fires don't keep me up at night. They still happen, but I can manage them and I can disconnect. It's a week where I get date night with my wife, where I get those moments with my boys, where dinner still happens, where I'm present, even if it's not perfect. Because success, it isn't about having everything under control. It's about being intentional with what matters. And most weeks, they're not balanced, but they can still be meaningful. They can still be intentional. And sometimes that's what success actually looks like. Not perfect, not calm, definitely not easy, just real. And honestly, that's more than enough.